Okay, whatever. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. My name is Alex. I'm VP of Operations in Marketcall, and here I have Shagat. So let us know how do you hear us and how do you see us, and we'll be starting in a few minutes. And in the meantime, Shagat, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is Shagad. I've been in the pay-per-call industry since 2015. I've generated more inbound calls than most humans on this planet. So I'm here now as an affiliate manager at Marketcall to ready to help you guys grow your call volume, grow your lead volume, and just provide as much value as I can to you guys. We're here to see you guys grow and succeed. And that's what this webinar is about, right? We're going to teach you guys exactly what's working today in the final expense industry.
Yeah, so the reason why we decided to do that webinar, so first of all, it's been a while since we did the webinars. And secondly, Final Expense is really hot vertical right now in pay-per-call. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people already running it, or some people are asking us how we can get started. And this is why we decided to create this webinar. And I see people chatting that the audio is fine, the video is fine. So I really like it when we don't have any difficulties. So I'm now just checking that we are live on our Telegram channel as well. We are live on YouTube. We are live on LinkedIn. So everything is fine. And yeah, I think we can start. So I'm switching now to, yeah, I think the presentation is already live. So yeah, you can.
All right, guys, welcome to the 2026 Market Call Final Expense Paper Call Playbook. In this webinar, we're going to teach you guys how to generate qualified calls on Facebook and TV streaming. So thank you, Alex, for the introduction. So what we'll cover today, guys, is the complete roadmap, right, of generating final expense calls from start to finish. I first got my start, watching these webinars, and they really help. So, we're here to provide that same value to you. So what the opportunity is and why final expense works all year. We're going to discuss how you get paid. We even have some, competitor ad copies that we're going to share with you that are currently live and running right now that you guys could just, copy and run yourself. And then Alex here is going to talk to you about one of the most hottest, newest trend, which is ads on streaming TV. And then we're also going to talk to you guys how to actually create these ads with the new tools that are available in today's market. And then, we're also going to talk about compliance and how to run these ads without getting your account triggered for flags. All right. And now, why final expense and why now? It's one of the most consistent beginner-friendly pay-per-call offers in the country. And right now, the biggest thing is that when you die, Social Security only pays $255, but the average cost of a funeral is about $5,000 to $15,000. So your family ends up stuck with a bill that's due within 2 days of thousands of dollars. So final expense is basically insurance that you pay per month, and then they'll cover that burial process so your family isn't burdened financially, after you die. And 10,000 seniors every day turn 65, and the demand never stops. This is an evergreen vertical that you guys can run every single day. And right now, the current payouts is up to $60 per qualified call. And the phone does all the selling for you guys. You guys just connect the seniors to our agents, and then the agents are very experienced, and they will go through the customer and sell them the actual offer. And the reason why this works so well is because the senior citizens, they actually are on Facebook right now. As we have this webinar, there's seniors scrolling right now and clicking on final expense ads and calling, and affiliates are getting paid right now. And one thing I love about Marketcall is that we do offer weekly payouts. So we want to get you guys paid as fast as possible, and so you guys can reinvest your ads into ads to grow your profits.
And I also wanted to say that sometimes even we do daily payouts if we see a high scaling potential. For example, it's not a secret. Shagat worked with us as an affiliate, and sometimes we did even like daily payouts to help him scale and to help with the cash flow. And on the next slide, I wanted to talk about the offer itself. So we have two main bundles. One is for social traffic and other one is for TV traffic. You can see their IDs. And basically, the geo is nationwide, but we have certain states that perform best, so you can always check the rules. Always, we have the working hours. The qualified call usually is 90 seconds or 120 seconds, so it's kind of dynamic. And the payout is dynamic as well. So it depends on the state, on the zip code, and on the advertisers that got the call. So we always try to route the call to the highest paying advertiser. But again, it depends on the agent availability, basically, because we are processing like hundreds and thousands of calls per day, and our advertisers do the same. So sometimes some agents are not available, so the call will be routed to the next available agent or to the next available buyer. So I would say you can see for social traffic, I would say average payouts would be like $30 to $40. And for CTV calls, you would see anywhere between $30 to $60 per call. And as we talked about, final expense is a whole life policy for seniors from 50 to 80 years. It can give from 5K to 25K coverage. So the premium is low. I would say, I'm not sure exactly, but on average, I would say for the consumer, it can cost between $50 to $100 per month. And the most important that you need to know, it is not government insurance, it's not Medicare or health insurance, because a lot of people make a mistake, and it's really important not to say anything related to the government or like to the state funded program, nothing like that.
Yeah, exactly. And we see a lot of affiliates, they try to use that politician government angle, and it doesn't really work these days because Facebook will ban your accounts and you guys will be chasing accounts versus chasing the calls. So again, don't imply government, don't imply Medicare, nothing like that. So next, we're going to talk about what actually counts as a qualified call. So the target, ICP. So the target ICP is a human being between the ages of 50 to 80. They must be looking for insurance. They must be the decision maker, and they must have a valid checking or savings account. And they must have an email and a smartphone. And they also must be willing to start a policy within 30 days. And they must not already have a final expense or life insurance. We're looking for new people that don't already have this type of insurance to sell them on it. And one thing I want to make sure that you guys understand is that the creative does the pre-qualifying. So how to get the ICP, it's all about the creative. Use senior imagery, use a good hook, and use a language that senior citizens already know and speak. So now we're going to talk about how you guys get paid. If you guys don't know what pay-per-call is, you guys get paid per qualified call that you send us. It's a little bit different than pay-per-lead, where instead of an email submit, you get paid for an actual live call. And your only job is to make the phone ring. Our licensed agents that we partnered up with will do the rest. So you can run these on Facebook or streaming TV. And we're going to share with you guys some angles that people are running right now successfully. And we're even going to talk to you about the hottest new vertical traffic generation angle in this industry, which is CTV. And we're going to give you guys that affiliate number. When a senior taps call or dials a number on their screen, the licensed agent answers, and then the call gets qualified at 90 seconds, and then you get paid. So it's that simple, guys. You get paid per qualified call. And now we're going to go into the channels to actually, how do you actually drive these conversions? How do you actually drive these calls, which is what most people care about, right? And the reason why Facebook is the #1 platform to run this is because Facebook is the #1 platform for senior citizens. They're on there every day. Our moms, our dads, our grandparents, they're all on Facebook, right? And they're all, viewing it right now as we speak, guys. So it's the #1 platform for adults over 50. And it's still cheap traffic, guys. It's not, penny clicks anymore, but you're still going to get some good ROI on your traffic. And the type of angles that work very well is video and UGC. So video and UGC are crushing it in this angle. And then obviously, Social Security only pays $255. and an average funeral is $9,000. Your family's gonna get stuck with that bill. So that's a very popular angle as well. The catch with final expense is that it is a special ad category. So it's insurance, guys. You know, Meta, when you're targeting insurance companies, you're going to be placed in a special ad category where you can't target based on age, gender, or lookalike audience. But that doesn't matter for this because your creative is actually what matters the most. So you want to actually have a senior citizen in your actual creative because Facebook will download your ad data and use your ad to target the correct ICP based off of whoever's in your ad and ad text. So again, the creative is the biggest thing here. And we're going to share with you guys how to create performing creatives in the next couple slides. All right, so now we're going to talk about the actual setup inside of Facebook. We want you guys to have, winning conversions. So you should set your objective to leads and then set the performance goal to maximize calls. Again, you have to declare the special ad category. It's mandatory for insurance. And then you're going to do broad audience plus, advantage plus, go broad and let the AI optimize based off your creative. And yeah, it's basically you create the creative, you upload it to Facebook. Facebook finds your target ICP. They watch your video, they look at your ad, they go to your landing page, and then they call. And that's really it, guys, on the Facebook setup part.
Yeah,
and now
I wanted to add here that if you have a tight budget, so instead of going Advantage Plus placements, you can do specific placements. And what works for us the best is Facebook because it has more senior audience than Instagram. And I would say Facebook feed, Facebook Reels, and Facebook Stories. And same for Instagram feed, Instagram Reels, and Instagram Stories. Historically performs the best for us in any category.
Yeah, guys. Thank you, Alex. That's very important to say. The placements are very important, guys. So Facebook, number one. Now we're going to go over like actual creatives that are being run live right now as we speak and the angles that competitors are running. So there's a couple of different angles that we spotted in our competitors that are running big traffic. So the most popular angle, and we suggest you guys look at this angle first, is the AI UGC talking head videos. So, those selfie style videos where you're talking on the camera. It feels organic. It doesn't feel like an ad. It feels like someone's talking to you with their phone. And then the second angle that we've been seeing that works a lot, guys, is the news angle. So it's like new 2026 program seniors should know about. So a lot of seniors, they watch the news. So this type of content fits right into who they are as a person. So the third angle that we're seeing is the veteran angle, right, guys? So burial benefits for veterans and spouses. There's a strong emotional pull with this. And this is one of my favorite angles, actually. You'll see in the ad creative for this angle why it works so well and why it's such an emotional angle that you guys should use. The fourth angle that we've been seeing is the diabetes angle. Guys, we all know diabetes has been around for a long time, and the diabetes affiliates, there's a ton of them. So in this case, we target diabetics. We cover even with diabetes. So with final expense, if you have diabetes, it doesn't matter. You'll still get covered. Some life insurance policies, they might not cover pre-existing conditions, but with this offer, we do cover diabetics. And then another angle that we're seeing is the happy, high energy angle where, it shows the video of the people getting paid, the actual check, and it incites emotion within the viewer. And one thing I want to teach you guys is if you can create an emotion somehow, it'll create more actions than an angle with no emotions, because emotions lead to action. That's one thing I want you guys to understand is emotions lead to action. You want to have some sort of emotional pull in your creatives to get the most people calling in. And then the last angle that we've been seeing is the price disparity. So the government, if you die, only pays $255. That might not even cover food expenses for that week. And the average funeral cost is $5,000 to $15,000. That's usually due within the same week, guys. Your family is stuck paying that bill. And a lot of times they have to take on credit card debt. They have to take a loan just to pay for this. It's a huge issue. But if they get this coverage, it's only like $50 to $100 a month, and it covers the whole thing. Next up, we're actually going to show you guys the angles that we've found and works, and you guys can take a look. And at the end of this video, we're going to share with you guys all the download files for all these videos. So the first video that we've seen is the AI UGC angle, and I'm just going to play you guys 15 seconds of this so you guys can see how it looks.
Seniors, this is how 638 can replace your stack of debts with a stack of cash for your family when your time comes. If you're 50 to 85, you may qualify for up to $25,000 in tax-free cash for your loved ones. With this generous final expense policy, plans start as low as...
All right, guys. So as you see, this one was created by AI, and we're going to teach you guys how to create exactly like these videos in the next couple of slides. But the reason why this works is because it looks organic, guys. It doesn't look like an ad. It looks like, some content you'd be watching while you're, doom scrolling on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. So it fits right into the system. It's...
And let me add a few cents here. So as you said, right, like it really catches the attention. So the first 2-3 seconds are the most important. And as you can see, like every 2 or 3 seconds, it switches like the video. So you can record like a UGC with AI or real actor like here, and then you will add some B-roll. So every time you see any video, you need to analyze what is the structure of this video, right? Do they use subtitles? Do they use additional text on the above the head? And what kind of B-rolls they use? So let's keep watching and just try to think from this perspective.
Yes, guys. So there's a lot of psychology behind these videos, but what I want to tell you guys is the first 1 to 2 seconds is what matters the most. That's when the viewer decides if they're going to continue watching you or not. So again, have a strong hook. In this case, it's up to $25,000, as well as XYZ per month. One thing I want to make sure that you guys never imply again that it's a state program. Never mention Medicare, Medicaid, or the Veterans Association. And also never mention any type of politics, guys. Facebook does not like politics. They don't like, pretending to be government. There was a lot of issues in the past with this. So again, don't mention any state programs like that. So the next angle that we've found and, is running successfully for a long time now is the news/announcement angle. So the reason this works, again, guys, the seniors are already watching news. So this fits into who they are as a person. It fits into their ICP, fits into their identity. So they're going to keep watching this video. So let's see what this video actually looks like for the first couple seconds.
Americans between the ages of 45 and 85 need to pay close attention to this message.
They don't want you to know this. There's now a $25,000 whole life insurance policy that is designed to pay for all of your final expenses and for as low as $6.
All right, guys. So the reason this works so well is because, it's news framing opens a curiosity gap. They're curious, like, oh, what's the news today? Like, let me watch it to see if I might be missing out. It also interrupts the feed, right? So they're scrolling and then they see, oh, breaking news or something like that. And it also borrows the authority of a report. But the main thing about these type of ad angles is never, never, never impersonate a real news organization. In fact, never impersonate anybody at all in all your ads. And again, never imply it's the government. Keep it clearly an advertisement and not like a broadcast. And guys, make sure you guys run this compliant because we only want successful affiliates here. We don't want you guys chasing Facebook ad accounts. We want you guys chasing the clicks and calls. All right, now we're going to talk about the next angle that we've seen. And this is one of my favorite angles, guys. This is the veterans angle. And I'm just going to play you guys a clip of this so you guys can understand why this works so well.
I served this country for 28 years, gave everything I had. But when I tried to get life insurance to protect my family, the VA made me jump through hoops like I hadn't earned it. Lost a brother in arms a couple years back. His family got a folded flag and a thank you for his service. Meanwhile, they're struggling to keep the light.
All right, guys. So the reason this is one of my favorite angles is because it's so emotional. A veteran who's put his life on the line for the country, and the country's only paying him, $255, for his death. Like, it's super emotional. And this angle hooks people in right away. And if you do run this creative, guys, Facebook is going to literally find you veterans to target because, they're going to want veterans to watch veteran content. That's how the algorithm works. But one thing I do want to, make sure that you guys don't do is, never imply that this is directly the VA or the government. Never say government burial program. And, never imply the government will be paying for this coverage. Guys, the government doesn't pay anything. When you die, Social Security gives you $255 to your family. And again, run this compliant. But this is one of my favorite angles to use because it's so emotional. It pulls the people in right away. And, like I said, emotions create action. So that's what we want to create. We want to create people's emotions to take action. All right. So the next angle that we're going to be talking about is the diabetes angle. So when you guys talk about diabetes in your ad creative, it'll immediately tell Facebook to go find other diabetics in the network to show your ad to. So let's show you guys the diabetes angle, and you guys.
So if you are a diabetic between the ages of 50 and 85, and you want to have all of your burial expenses taken care of, listen to this. I saw another go.
All right, guys. So the reason why this works so well is because in the first couple of seconds, he's identifying his ICP. If you are a diabetic, so a lot of people who are diabetic are older, and they might be closer to end of life than most other people. So they're a perfect audience to target in this case. And this guy uses the in-car video, which also keeps it authentic, and it's also empathy driven. It speaks to a real pain point. Again, run this compliant. If you guys are going to run this, don't imply Medicare or Medicaid. And don't imply that there's any government health benefit to this. So let's talk about the next angle. So the next angle is an emotional angle as well, but also it's on the opposite side. So it's the happy angle, right? Like I said, emotions lead to action. So in this case, the emotion that's being perceived is happiness. So let's watch the video and let's see.
Let's go. Come on, baby.
Seniors 50 to 85, don't skip this. You may qualify for a guaranteed issue final expense policy that can provide your family with up to $25,000 in tax-free cash when they need it most. But if you don't check.
All right, guys, listen, the reason why that works so well is because it's a positive emotion and it stands out versus a sea of all the fear ads as well. So definitely try to test out this one as well, like a happiness emotion. It shows it's very warm, it's shareable, it's highly relatable. Again, it creates emotion in the viewer. And that's one thing that I want you guys to always think in the back of your head. What emotion am I inciting with my ad angle? And is it just a basic ad, or is it an ad that people will actually be emotional towards? Again, I'm going to keep saying this. Never imply that it's a government. Never, say it's Medicare, Medicaid, or anything like that. All right, guys. So now that we shared some angles, we're going to share with you guys the actual funnel itself, like what happens after the guy clicks on, your ad. So in this case, the viewer starts with a static ad they see, in this case, a burial plan with no waiting period. And then the ad itself takes me to a landing page. So in the landing page, there's an eligibility quiz, and some of the eligibility quiz, like you said, tries to find the ICP that we're looking for. So are you ages above 50? Do you already have life insurance? Stuff like that. Once they fill out the quiz, then it takes them to the actual conversion page, aka the money page. So in this money page, it'll have your affiliate phone number, and then some call to action, and then whatever you guys can think of to generate more people calling in. But the landing page pre-qualifies them, it warms the lead, and then once they're pre-qualified, only then do they see your affiliate number. That's just one of the funnels that we see. There's also some other funnels that I'm going to discuss to you guys right now. One of the other funnels that I saw was just a landing page with a text title and image, and then check my eligibility button. And then once I click check my eligibility button, it was a simple quiz, and that led to a call. And then the next landing page that I saw, again, is the quiz one. We already discussed it, but the quizzes are really good to find your target ICP and get you guys higher qualified call rate. Okay, and then this is another money page that we saw. This is for one of the diabetes videos. Basically, they fill out the questionnaire, and then they get to this page. You are pre-qualified. There's no waiting period. Try to add stuff that people take action on right away. And then again, guys, the money page is also important. You guys want to have a place where people can go to tap to call now. It's the main thing in the pay-per-call industry is, tap to call. All right. And then general rules I'm going to go over with you guys is don't say in the ads, again, government, don't say free coverage, don't say free benefits. Don't say anything about the government, guys. And we shared with you what works in the landing page that works. And now we're going to talk to you guys about one of the most interesting things.
Yeah, before we start with CTV, I wanted to add here about landing page. So the quiz is to warm the user, but also to pre-qualify him, right? And the main two questions. So the first question is you need to ask about his age. So are you between ages 50 to 80? Because it's the main target audience. So sometimes you may get ages below that or above, because in Facebook you cannot do any age targeting because of financial category, right? So in order not to send unqualified calls, you need to pre-qualify with that question. And second question is not required, but it's good to have. Like, do you have a bank account or something like that? Because some of those seniors, maybe they don't have even like a bank account or credit card, and they cannot really pay for the insurance. Or you can come up with some simple question like, do you reside in the United States or something like that? And besides the quiz funnel, also there is a funnel with a chatbot. We didn't show it here, but basically it looks like a simple chatbot, like a WhatsApp chatbot or whatever, and it will just ask same questions, and those are asked in the landing page as well. But you can find any of those landing pages just by searching Facebook Ad Library or some paid tools like Adplexity, which is kind of our partner. So, and now let's move to the next traffic source. It's streaming TV. So basically, it got really popular through affiliates in recent months to run streaming TV. So you can run different apps and channels like Roku, Samsung Plus, Disney Plus, and there are over like 100 different channels, Amazon ads as well. So Vibe.co, basically, this is like a platform that combines all those channels and platforms. And just from one single dashboard, you can run ads to all those, I would say, like apps, networks, and whatever. And because it's streaming over internet, you can actually target by specific zip or state. You can set up your hours, and you can even target by age or some interests. Of course, it's not perfect. It's not like Facebook targeting, but still it's something. And the best part is just $50 per day starting budget. So if you, in the past, if you wanted to run like a real TV campaign, you would need to invest like tens of thousands, and you need to book specific spots during the day, right? And you will like plan the campaign like months ahead. But with Vibe, it's just like a really easy setup. You just sign up and set up your campaign, and next day it will go live. So the best duration for the video is 30 to 60 seconds. So on the one hand, the user need some time like to watch the whole ad, to open the phone and type the phone number. But on the other hand, like those streaming platforms, they don't really like too long videos because they want to sell as many videos as possible. So the best spot is 30 seconds. You can select specific apps. So, for example, we recommend to start with Tubi and Roku because senior audience is here, and you don't really need to target all the apps. You can just create one campaign for each app, so you will be seeing better analytics, and you will see the performance of each app, basically. And the bidding is done by CPM, so you can start as like $10 to $15 CPM, of course, for the 1,000 impressions. But for the premium channels like Roku, they recommend to set up your CPM for $18 to $25. And as for moderation, it really depends on the channel. Sometimes the ads go live next day. Sometimes for premium channels, you may wait until like 1 week, basically. And in your ads, you will show your phone number, and sometimes you can even show the QR code. But with our internal team, we recently started to run just with the phone number because it's just easier conversion for them. And now let's watch some of the ads that can be run with Vibe Fun Expense.
The last thing I want is for my kids to pay for my funeral. The average funeral in America costs close to $10,000. I don't want my family to worry about that bill, especially when they're already dealing with grief. That's why I got final expense insurance. It pays up to $25,000 in cash for any end-of-life costs. It requires no medical exam. Rates will never increase, and benefits will never decrease. You just answer a few simple health questions, and when the day comes, your loved ones receive funds within just a few days. The government only gives your family $255 when you die. That's it. This fills that gap. You worked hard for your family. This is one more way to take care of them. Call now and speak with a licensed insurance agent. It takes less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, so basically, in this ad, you can see we show the phone number. We talk about specific pains they have. Sometimes we change the video and we show some slides. And the call to action here is to call the number. And the second video, you can play it for 15 seconds, but basically it's kind of similar.
When you're gone, will your family be okay, or will they be left with a $10,000 bill? This is the cost of an average funeral. But government benefits are only $255, leaving the rest to your grieving family.
But if you're between 50 and 75, you can get guaranteed life.
All right, Alex. And now we're going to discuss how to actually create these videos to promote. And we're going to briefly discuss with you guys the tools. And I want to make sure you guys understand how big this is. So Walmart just bought Vibe.co just 2 days ago for $1.4 billion. And I believe Paramount also just bought Roku for $22 billion. So
Fox,
like I said,
Fox Media, yeah.
Yeah, Fox Media. Sorry, Fox Media. So yeah, it's a big industry. It's a growing industry. The big giants are investing in it. So you guys should look into it. And with a $50 a day budget, like it's very cheap to test. And now we're going to discuss how to actually create these ads.
Yeah, this is my favorite topic, so let me cover it. So, if you want to use real actors, you need to pay at least $100 to $200 per video. And you need to pick an actor, write the script, and so on. But with AI development, it's much easier to do so. So we use HeyGen to use AI avatars to read our script for longer video duration. So those videos that you saw, those were created with HeyGen, and basically there is no limit on the video lengths. And I think it's one of the best tool, and it has good quality and it has good cost as well. So you can start at, I would say, $30 subscription, and it gives you enough usage to generate those videos. But sometimes the problem with those video generators, sometimes they're good at video, but the voice, sometimes it sounds robotic, or maybe it doesn't fit the character. So I always hate the voice, and the voice is really important because some people, they may not fully watch the video, but they will still hear the voice. So that's why sometimes we change the voice through 11 labs. So we pick up the realistic voice, and there is a function if your video generator already generated some specific sound, some voice, you can just upload it to 11 labs, and 11 labs will fully change it to your other voice from 11 labs, and you can just put it back to the video, and it will be fully synchronized with the lip. So it's really good. You don't need to use additional lip sync features. And the next one is C-Dance. I see you have a mistake, double D, but whatever. So C-Dance and also Clink is one of top video generation models. And we mostly use it to generate those B-rolls, video fragments from 2 to 8 seconds. As you saw in those videos, some additional video footage. And it really has high quality, but usually it doesn't always have character consistency, but still some affiliates figure out how to do that. If you just insert a starting image for the video, the same starting image from previous video, or the ending image from previous video. And you can do it manually through their platforms, or you can automate it via API, and a lot of affiliates did it as well. And finally, we use Claude to write scripts. So usually we do some audience research, and then based on that, Claude will write the script for us, hooks. Of course, the human is still in the loop. He will review all of that, make some changes, and then we will produce some variations, and we will test them. Doesn't matter if it's Facebook or CTV or anything else. You just need to create different angles, different variations, different hooks, and you just spend some budget and you will see what converts.
Yes, and thanks to these tools, it has drastically made everything so much cheaper, because back in the day, we'd have to create these videos and it would cost us, thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, and it would take weeks to make these videos. Now you guys could use all these tools to make, 10 videos this week alone. So again, screen grab this, do whatever you can. These are the tools we use internally. HeyGen being the best one in the industry right now. Highly recommend it, but we've been using it for a couple of years now. So thanks, Alex, for discussing. Again, guys, it's a fair market now. Anybody can create these ads. All right, and lastly but not least, we want to make sure that we all stay compliant with our ads, right? Like I said earlier, we want you guys to be chasing calls, not chasing ad accounts. Me particularly, in my industries that I ran, it was a headache to chase these ad accounts. But the number one thing you guys can do to protect your ad accounts is to stay compliant, especially when running a special ad category like insurance. So again, never imply government or Medicare. It's private life insurance, guys. And it's the number one reason that your ad account can get banned is if you talk about the government, Medicare. If you pretend to be the government, you will get banned. And then you have to declare a special ad category on Meta. Again, this is, inbound calls only. Never use robocalls. Never, do outbound calls. Never do spam texts. You will be immediately flagged within our system, and we will ban you as an affiliate for life. Again, do not use robocalls to send traffic to Marketcall. That's the biggest no-no you could do. All right, and now we go to the Q&A section. All right, we're gonna take some calls from you guys, and whatever you guys have questions, please do send them in right now.
Yeah, and here you can see Shagat Telegram and his email. So if you have any additional questions after the webinar, or you would like to run the offer with us, please reach out to him. He is our fresh affiliate manager, but he's hungry to help you guys succeed because he was an affiliate in the past, so he knows definitely what you're talking about your pain points and so on. And before we start with the questions, I wanted to talk about other traffic sources. So we talked about Facebook and CTV, but there are affiliates running other traffic sources as well, like Newsbreak, like in-app traffic, like for example Bigo, and so on. So you don't have to limit yourself only with those. And yeah, you can even run YouTube ads. But YouTube usually requires you to have insurance license. So I'm not sure about that. But as for other traffic sources, yeah, definitely. We can.
Yeah, guys, I'm here to help you. I've been in the pay-per-call industry for over a decade now. I've generated more inbound calls than 99% of humans on this planet. So I'm here to help you guys answer any questions you guys have and promote your success, because your success is our success. So that's the number one thing. We want to help you affiliates grow, and we want to create long-term partnerships with you guys. So again, my Telegram is there, and we're going to answer questions now.
Yeah, you can stop streaming. I switched the camera view. So let me show some questions. Is Newsbreak a good source of traffic? Yeah, definitely it's not a bad source of traffic, and it may work for Fun Expense as it has some senior audience. And unlike Meta, I think you can do more targeting like by age on Newsbreak. So, and it's much cheaper, but we don't have any specific case study for Fun Expense related to Newsbreak. Hey guys, why it's not possible to promote via organic content? My videos could to filter great leads. I mean, you can try, but I would say organic content works better for some broader offer. And Fun Expense still, it's kind of niche for seniors. You can try, but I'm not sure you will be able to scale with that, right? Okay, so let me find the next question. Do you have landing page or do we need to create your own? So yeah, you can create your own landing page, but also we have some landing page templates that you can use. So we created our in-house tool. It's called Kitara. It's available for any affiliate. And basically, if you go to Marketcall menu and you find automation and you find Kitara, you'll be able to create account. You will be able to log into that platform, and here you'll be able to create like Kitara campaign to track your traffic, and you'll be able to pick your offer. I mean, not offer, a landing page, and there is instruction how to integrate it with Marketcall, and it will have built-in call tracking. So it will check all your calls, and if you have any additional questions how to set up it, we do like weekly masterminds every Tuesday, once 2 weeks. So next Tuesday we'll have a mastermind, and you can join on Zoom, and we can talk more about that. Okay, Shagat, I will let you answer that question. Do you see it?
You guys ready for CTV saturation? Yes, we are, guys. Send us as much CTV traffic as possible. We're hungry. We will buy as much traffic as you guys can send, but make sure it's qualified traffic. And yeah, we want CTV to be saturated. I mean, Walmart just bought it for $1.4 billion. It's not going anywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, and our buyers are really hungry for CTV calls because they bring high quality customers, and they are ready to buy like hundreds and thousands of those calls. It's just a matter of like generating such volume.
Yep.
So what other verticals do you guys see working on CTV besides final expense? I would say based on my experience talking with numerous affiliates, I would say Medicare definitely works with CTV. But as for other verticals, not many affiliates actually tested other verticals, so there is not much data. So I would say could work death settlement and auto insurance. But again, like based on my conversations, like I see most volume coming in final expense and Medicare. Shagat, what's the recommended number of questions?
So we already discussed this in the funnel, but 1 or 2, maybe 3. The more questions you have, the more qualified, but there is a limit where there's too many questions and you could get a drop off in your landing page. So, keep it short and sweet, 1 to 2. Make the experience as lazy and easy for the end consumer as possible. Tap, 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 call.
Another question. Why are you only targeting seniors?
I mean, this offer is mainly for seniors above 50. Those are the guys that think about, their burden whenever they leave. They have families. If you're the head of household and you just pass away, now the wife has to get a job, or now the daughter or son has to get a job. So we're actually providing a good service to people, by $50 a month, $100 a month, and they get, their end of life coverage. Because burial costs, guys, $5,000 to $25,000. So it's not cheap.
YouTube short ads?
So YouTube Shorts, like Alex said, you have to have a license. You have to be a healthcare insurance agent license. But if you have that, guys, yeah, you could run this. And it'll be easier for you to run this actually if you have a license, because you could do Google ads as well.
Or you can find someone with a license and partner with him. Maybe it's your friend or something. Or if you are in the United States, actually, it's not really hard to get that license. You need to get through a training. Maybe it's like 40 hours or something, and then you need to pass the test. So yeah, maybe you will spend like few weeks for that, but after that you will get your license. And I guess YouTube is less competitive than anything else for that specific vertical, because no one else has a license, right? So everyone will run Facebook or CTV, but no one will run YouTube because they don't have a license. So it can be your competitive advantage. So is starting payout $40 for social media, or is it ring tree? So right now it's kind of a ring tree dynamic. So it is based on the state and the buyer availability. So we are adding new clients, new buyers, individual agents, and small and big agencies like every week. So once you scale and prove the quality, you'll be seeing higher payouts as well. Is it possible for you guys to provide reps for Roku, Universal, Comcast, Spectrum? I don't think so, but if anyone in chat has reps for those, please reach out to Ariel.
Yeah, you guys could always look on LinkedIn for any connections that you might need as well.
I think there is this person that just joined. So in 2 words, what are the best platform for final expense call?
So the best platform for final expense is going to be CTV, and it's going to be Facebook. Those are 2 things you guys should take note of: Facebook and CTV.
Yeah, but you need to rewatch the webinar.
Watch the webinar. Yeah.
So what average RPC you're getting on regular campaigns that already dialed in? So I would say it currently fluctuates between affiliates, but I would say between $15 to $25. And for CTV, it can be higher. So we still kind of new with CTV, so we don't have much data, but I think it's one of the best times to get started with that. So there is a good question for you, Shagat.
Do all your affiliate managers assist this in depth when getting started with Marketcall? I currently run AC and now interested in venturing into. Well, I mean, all our managers are very, very good. They're all friendly. I love them all, and they're all going to take care of you. Marketcall is probably the best pay-per-call network right now. And yeah, all the managers will help you as much as they can, but not all the managers have ran final expense. So if you have a question, particularly in final expense, you can message me directly. It's Shagad_Marketcall or Shagad@marketcall.com, and I'll be there to help you, guide you through your campaign.
So we have so many questions. Keep going, guys. So the budget needed, I would say, at least for Facebook, maybe like $500 to $1,000. For CTV, I would say maybe $1,000 to $2,000. Let me check another questions.
And guys, if you guys can get that license, you can even get cheaper clicks on Google, but that's for you guys to do.
What row to call are you looking for CTV for final expense? So you should be aiming for conversion rate, maybe like 20 to 30, sometimes even to 40%. So this is your goal, basically. A lot of people confirm that CTV is crashing, so it's a good sign.
I mean, Walmart wouldn't put $1 billion into it if it didn't convert, guys.
Yeah, so I already talked about the traffic source, but besides Facebook and CTV, I would definitely recommend in-app traffic. So in-app traffic also, based on my conversations, is popular for Medicare and final expense because a lot of seniors are playing some games, and the traffic is really cheap. Like the CPM can be like $5 to $10 on in-app traffic. And we run in-app traffic, so we run Bigo ads. So it's not only like on Bigo app, but they have like thousands of publishers, and you can just run also DSP in-app traffic as well in different platforms. So this is a good question from Ariel. So basically, we test at the same time different like AI personas and different hooks as well. So every video we try to be unique in terms of like the scenery, the person. The script sometimes stays the same, but the main thing that you need to test is the hook, right? Like first maybe 5 seconds.
Yeah, we discussed some of the angles in this webinar. So if you haven't seen it, we suggest you watch this from full.
That's a good question.
Question for Shagad. With your years of experience, what are the tips that allow you to bring in consistent callers year over year? So the main thing to bring in callers, guys, is traffic, right? You want to have traffic. So that's the only thing that matters in this affiliate space. So getting the traffic is the #1 part. And then obviously everything is built on top of the traffic, like qualifying them, the creatives, So yeah, the number one thing I would say is learn how to generate traffic, whether that's paid calls, whether that's social ads, whether that's SEO, whether that's Google My Business traffic. Like, learn all the ways to generate traffic, and you'll succeed in this industry. There was ways to get traffic cheaper in the days. Like, there was penny clicks back in the day. Those don't exist anymore. But learning how to generate traffic is probably the number one skill you can build as a marketer.
All right. So another question: why buying on Vibe and not direct? Because usually direct platforms usually require to have a much higher budget, and they usually focus on like enterprise clients and direct brands. While with Vibe, you can start as low as $50 per day. And let me actually share you a link that you can use to sign up, and you will get faster approval. And like if reps are not answering you, I can connect you with our rep, and you can have even like a call with her. So 1 second. And Shagat, I mean, in the meantime, can you share the link for the ads library that we collected?
Yes, let me share that for you right now.
Actually, you can share with me, and I will share in the chat.
Got it. I'm sharing with you right now.
Okay, I'm also sending the link.
Yeah, guys, we scraped a couple of angles for you guys to see. Alex is going to share the link. You guys can see all the different angles and creatives that are running right now.
And this is a good question. Actually, we didn't cover it. So sometimes the advertisers, they may have a short duration, like 10, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. And especially for CTV, it's common. Of course, the payout will be lower. So in this case, we have some like private offers coming up pretty soon in the next weeks. So please text Shagat in Telegram, and just if you're already running Funnel Expense, you can share what is your volume, what is your traffic source, and we'll be able to find appropriate offer or appropriate call center like the buyer for you. Do you accept affiliates from other parts of the world? Yeah, we work with any affiliates worldwide. Okay, we have some industry experts coming that they say that Funnel Expense is not requiring G2 certification, so it's a good news for you guys. So you can try to run the YouTube demand gen for that as well.
Yeah, you could try, guys. And that's good news if it doesn't. But if you're running PPC ads on Google Ads, it definitely does require it.
What about search ads? So I'm not sure, maybe search requires the license, but also search is really competitive. And it's not the type of product that you like think about and search. So this is more type of product that you just learn that it exists from the ads, like discovery. So you may try, but we don't see like much volume coming from search, honestly.
Yeah, a lot of seniors don't even know that this program exists. So
the question about the ROI, you should target 20 to 30% ROI on Facebook and CTV.
What margin can we expect? Okay.
So how are you scaling budgets? Do you do like by 10% or you increase it twice?
So, Alex, are you asking me?
Yeah.
So if you want to scale your budget, there's a couple ways to do it, but it mainly depends on the platform. So with Facebook, you want to duplicate your campaign, your CBO group into another one. With Google, you could just increase your budget by 10, 20, 30%. But just know whenever you increase your budget, the algorithm almost resets. So there is like a waiting period for the algorithm to reset every time you change your budget too much. But scale, and what's the best way to scale it aggressively or select? It depends what vertical you're running. With Facebook, you definitely can scale aggressively. There's more impressions you can get on Facebook versus Google. So for this niche, I would say stick with Facebook and just duplicate your CBOs.
And can you share the offer IDs again with me, and I will share in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we answered all the questions. So any final questions or thoughts, guys? We have 75 people live, so it's really great.
Yeah, guys, answer all the questions. Give us more questions. For my time like this, I would charge probably a couple $1,000, but I'm giving it to you guys for free. So this is the right time to ask.
What is the average billable call cost on Meta? I would say you should target anything around maybe like $30, $25 for the billable call. And I'm sharing the offer IDs.
Yeah, and we're going to share the offer IDs, but inside the Marketcall platform, just look up final expense and you'll see it.
Yeah, and Ariel, if I some of your questions, you can send me a direct message. It's not a problem. What's our experience with Facebook bid caps and cost caps? Yeah, we run Facebook bid caps, so usually it's best way to run ads. Some people use cost caps; it can also work. Basically, you will just feed the pixel. You will find like what is your average cost to generate a raw call, and then you will set up your like bid caps to control the spend, and then you can play around with it, like add additional few bucks to increase the spend or remove, like make it lower. So yeah.
Any more questions, guys?
I think no more questions. So thank you guys so much for joining the webinar. It was 1 full hour of questions and answers. So the next webinar we'll do probably about home services vertical. So please stay tuned with our social, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Telegram channel. And yeah, let's run final expense together. Text Shagat, text Marketcall managers, and let's keep going.
Hey guys, keep the energy going forward. Ask me any questions you guys need to. I will be here to answer all the questions on my Telegram. And again, subscribe to the channel. And thank you, Alex. And thank you, everybody that joined. We really appreciate you guys. And we hope you guys succeed.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.